How is everybody doing? You guys are going to have to bear with me. This is one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done. My name's Noah, and the reason I'm talking to you guys is because this year I've decided I am going to post a new campaign, a new outbound campaign, every day of the year. I am extremely camera shy. I've never done anything like this. And I just feel like this is going to be kind of a learning experience for me and a little bit of like a growth exercise. So, just a little bit about me. I started off in healthcare out of school. I was in sales for a large multinational, one of the biggest names in pharma. Most everybody who's watching this is probably at least has a friend or family member that was probably taking one of our drugs, for better or worse. That led me into just, a pretty heavy background in sales. And after about 5 years, I got out to start trading full time with a prop shop out of Chicago. I was doing this remotely. Initially equities, but then I really moved into derivatives, specifically futures, the CME, and started to develop a little different algo strategies, trading mainly at the yen futures, which is the yen future isn't a contract that gets traded a lot in the States. But that was sort of my own little corner of the world. And that's what I did for years until about 2017 or 2018, when I and my wife decided we had had enough, and we sold everything and have lived for most of that time in Indonesia. Aside from a couple of years during COVID, we came back to the States and stayed in Tahoe. But aside from that, we've been here in Indonesia, which is a great place. Got some of the best surf in the world, which is probably the biggest draw for most people who are here. But that is beside the point. That's just a little intro on me. So what I do now is I run a company called Hook Fuse. We are an outbound agency that mainly focuses on B2B, cold email, although we are starting to look at more multi-channel stuff, which I'll definitely be sharing some of those campaigns through the year. You can obviously see the window there in front of me is a campaign that we're going to start for the first of the year. Just a quick note, all of the campaigns, I'm going to be posting a new campaign 7 days a week, but I only run campaigns Monday through Friday during normal business hours. So that's when they'll be launched. So if you see me post one on a Sunday, just know it won't be live until Monday, or if it's a holiday, it'll be the next business day, so on. Typical tool stack that I'm using is, probably pretty close to what a lot of people use out there. Do a lot of scraping, on primarily using Apify. And enrich with Clay. This table and workbook you're looking at right now is pulling data from the Apify actor here, and it's pulling in as a company initially, and then that way I'm able to essentially enrich at the company level and save a bunch of credits then to dedupe into the people table. And I also store everything in HubSpot and Airtable, so then I'm able to retrieve and go back and grab emails that I've already paid for, just to add any sort of enrichment data when it comes to like company enrichment, the people, anything that I would have to have paid for in the past. I try to then go up and store in HubSpot and also create a new Airtable base each month. And that usually gets me through. There's a 50,000 record limit on bases. The plan I'm on, I think the enterprise plan maybe has 250,000 records available. So I just start a new base every month. But primarily the storage and the pulls are coming from HubSpot. So this first campaign is just going to be a real straightforward, poke the bear type of approach. I'm not going to be talking about any specific clients during this. I'm going to try to keep that all private. And I want, just out of respect for everybody's privacy, I'm going to try not to be showing. I know it's really not that big of a deal, but I'm going to try to avoid showing emails as best I can. But yeah, I'll be talking about flows. And if you guys have any questions, like I said, I use Make quite a bit. I'm a Make certified advanced partner. If that means anything, I don't even know what that's worth. I also have a little bit of a background with Airtable, and I'm using Email Guard right now, which is kind of a cooler new tool that I'm playing with. So you can see here on the left side of my RAM box, most of the tool stack I use instantly right now, although we'll see. That's TBD. Anyway, so again, this is something that's just totally out of my comfort zone. I probably wouldn't have done this a few months ago, but I realized I just know for my own growth at this point in my life, I'm 45 and I need to be a little more comfortable putting myself out there. So that's what I'm going to do. If you guys ever have any questions about the tool stack I use or any of the copy that I'm using, anything like that, just go ahead and drop me a line and I'll definitely try to hook it up. I don't really have any problem sharing templates, scenarios, any sort of tables or anything like that. Pretty open about sharing that sort of stuff. Yeah, so that said, we'll be putting together a dashboard and sharing the dashboard with all of the data. With each of the campaigns will be in there. So all of the data will be up. I'm going to give it a couple weeks so we start to have just enough data for the dashboard to really show anything significant. Again, thanks for tuning in. Whoever is out there, maybe in the same boat, hit me up. And misery loves company. So if you suffer the camera the way I do, maybe we can commiserate. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Happy New Year. And I will be in touch tomorrow.